almost bad. Whew, about lost a cord to my tire. Hope somebody's here, but I don't know how this YouTube stuff even works. Looks like nobody's here. Nobody loves me. Nobody. I've been on for a whole 40 seconds and there's not one person that loves the creature preacher. I'm gonna jump off my bike right into traffic. Hopefully you guys will find me. Hopefully there's reception. I don't know anything about this. I don't know if people will see me or if know I'm here or anything. I'm scared. I'm all alone without you. I don't have any friends here. I don't know this app. I want my mommy. Hopefully somebody will show up and save me from the torment of not having anybody here. I wonder if I can, when people do come, I wonder if I'll be able to tell that they're here. Oh, don't spill me. Holy cow, I've got somebody? Oh, Meganaut's here? You're kidding. I don't feel so scared now and alone. I have somebody to record my death. somebody to freak out from 1,000 miles away. Oh my God, he's being eaten by an alligator. What do we do? We should probably call somebody. And then somebody in the back's like, let's just see how this thing plays out. Let's see how this works. I think he can take that alligator. It's a small one. Hope you guys are doing well. Hellraiser, oh Meganaut, don't spill me. Lunar Bulldog. I'm gonna have to get to know you guys all over again. But here's the good news. We're only gonna be together here. And it's got bad reception, but it's gonna get better. I'm getting closer to the town, so if I lose you, which I probably will, I'll probably have a little bit of bad buffering, but I'll get you right back. And when we get downtown where I'm going, I know that we have decent reception because I was there already today. So you guys hang with me. I'll even speed up a little bit, power through this bad reception. There we go. There, hopefully you can see me. Hey Jennifer, don't spill me. Is that a hand? Cool. I gotta get used to seeing you guys here. It's like, I'm not used to seeing, it's pretty small, the thing. I got my good flashlights. Check this out, y'all. Ready to see this? I could see the you could literally, the stoplight, a mile down the road, this thing will reflect light. It's unbelievable. I'm so grateful. My friend David won't be up right now. That's what I got him for his birthday, guys. Don't tell him that. But I got him one of these because both of my best friends now have one. It's like my favorite gift I can give you is the gift of being prepared. I'll tell you what. I can't even remember the name. I always have to ask Shelley. Love this light. Hey, Leslie Lynn. Hello. Hey, Bree. Hey, friend. This is so cool. James, is that you, buddy? I'll be careful. Oh, I love this light. It keeps me safe. It really does. And I can actually show you. I got my little, Uncle TikTok gets all bent out of shape if I show I got my little tiny knife and I got both my little tiny pocket knives. So I feel like Wolverine. I'm good to go. But we're going to go down to a spot, guys, where I had seen what I believe is a basilisk. So we'll see. We'll tell some stories on the way. And I want to thank you, everybody, who makes our live over on TikTok so much fun. I really appreciate that. Since there's far fewer of you here, I don't have the drama and everything surrounding that I do over on my TikTok right now. I feel like I can be a little more free to tell you a little bit. But many of you guys know we lost our dog between the 3rd and the 4th. The family in-laws, I have no hard feelings. He got out of the fence, got away. They're now currently living in Alaska. They sold the home to a family member. We believe that my dog might be in somebody's home. We're not 100% sure about that, but we do believe it's a possibility. So we have talked with, I talked with a private detective, talked with the sheriff department, talked with the police department, talked with a private detective. Luckily, one of our friends over on TikTok reached out. Unfortunately, they are a private detective licensed in the state of Florida. But I was able to get a lot of information on what to do next. And to be quite honest, it's out of our reach. It's just one of those things. It's out of our reach. So not this weekend, but next weekend we're going to go back and we're going to do what we can personally. And Shelley and I are working to save up. And that might be the next step for us. But I do have neighbors in that area that I've talked with. And I have neighbors that are, looking. And if if they see anything, they take pictures too. But our very next step, most likely, unless he shows up, unless that's it, or somebody turns him up, we're going to be looking for PI. So an Ace Ventura type. But that's why I have hope right now that he's alive, and I believe he's probably being taken care of by those folks. So unfortunately, possession is 9/10 of the law in North Carolina, and if I don't have him in my possession and somebody else does, then it's the burden of proof is on me to prove that he's my dog in the first place. He's not chipped, he's got not anything else, and I really think they just decided, F me, they're going to keep him, and what can I do about it? I don't even know where they live. This all came about because they wouldn't give me their address, like they said they'd work with me, and then when I talked to the lady and she was all set to go, the trapper, she was even willing to go and do it all by herself. I wouldn't even be involved, and they just would not get back to me, never gave me the address. They had some sort of emergency in their family. Child, I don't want to go into any detail on that, but a little bit of an emergency, which, I figured that could be cause for them not getting back, but I believe it was all smoke now. In the first place, they just never intended to get back. And I think the reason is they might have my guy. So be a private detective. You guys are welcome. That's something I'll probably do a video about here in the future anyway, but that's our next step. Oh, I see a critter. Just a beetle, just a little beetle. It was something though. But I'm going to start keeping my eye out. I don't want to blind this guy, but I'm going to start keeping my eye. He just threw some fire out of the car. You guys probably didn't see that. He threw something, a cigarette butt or a cigar out, and it made a big old blossom of fire. Oh, it's that guy. It's not even, It's somebody mowing and he's hitting the pavement. Oh man. That's kind of funny. Get it, man. Hey, buddy. I like that. He's hustling. Man's out getting his money. It is 2 o'clock in the morning, friends. That is the definition of a hustler. That man is out at 2 o'clock in the morning. He's edging the sidewalk. He's making money. I like that. I like people that get it, That's good stuff. So we're heading down to downtown Crystal River right now. At some point I'll cross over to the other side, but it's horrible. That's where we are. So I feel more comfortable telling. It's not like I'm telling 1,000 people this or 20,000 people, but everybody's already said it in the comments pretty much. So that's where we're at with things. And everybody with the whole dog situation, everybody's real keen to kind of, hey, here's your advice, here's what you should do. But let me tell you this. You guys look up the cost of a private detective, a pet detective in Asheville, North Carolina. And when you start seeing $150 an hour, you go, okay, well, what am I going to do? Like, that's great, but what does the poor person do, So I have a few options. One of those would be to try to go, again, with the media, if they're willing to even do it, which the person that said that they were going to do it seems like they might have been another TikTok troll, so I don't even know if they're willing to do that or not. But I think I might still be able to get media involvement, but I don't know. First, everything hinges on some evidence that they have my dog. I have to have evidence that they have my dog. All I have are 2 phone numbers, and I've tried to do the lookup on those, and, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So I got somebody else looking into it for me. This town of Crystal River, I really enjoy it here. We're right at the border between Homosassa and Crystal River. And, here's the other people that are out getting it. They might work for the city, who knows? I'm going to cross over, though. No use being on the side where I'm going to get a stone slung at me. That's awesome, though, man. I like it. More power to them. Look at that. 2 o'clock in the morning. They're out slinging grass. How awesome is that? Like if I could do it, if they ever get all electric vehicles and it's quiet to do grass at night, if I lived in Florida, I would want to own a grass business. I would literally work from, 10 o'clock at night till 5 o'clock in the morning, happily, every night or whatever. I would get it done. I would work it would be the only way to work in Florida, man. If noise wasn't an issue, the only way to work in Florida would be like those guys are doing it. That is so freaking smart and cool. It's about 72 degrees right now, and they're getting their job done. By the time the sun comes up and it's 100 degrees, they're going to be in bed or they're going to have a beer in their hand. You know, how cool is that? Hey, Mr. Turn It Up, what do you say, buddy? You're Jalen. Love you, man. Yeah, I'm so glad to see you guys here. I'm going to try to read a little bit. Trying to do two things at once. Hey, Omegan R. Yeah, you weren't missing in Hendersonville, so hope to visit Florida one day. I'll tell you what, when you do, we'll go on a tour together. Some point we'll be able to do that, I reckon. Let's see here. We're getting closer. We still got a good ways to go before we hit our location. And suddenly, the Creech cycle's making a weird noise. I don't get it, but it's all right. We're cruising. I got a little damage. That's why the tape's on there, but unfortunately, it's what it is. But we're cruising at 26 kilometers an hour. I can't figure out how to switch this back over to miles per hour, so we're not going too fast. We're going 15, something like that, 14 miles an hour, I think. It's a really good cruising speed. I like to go switch between no power and then me power, save the battery. Greg Lampkin, what do you say, buddy? Well, I'm loving it. I just wish that I could show you guys. You know, I wish when we get where we're going, it's a little bit prettier. We're kind of just, I haven't been showing you anything. I need to. I'm sorry, guys. Just showing you the daggum road. That's not a good host, is it? Sound of Florida, I wish you could hear it, but I know that I sound really bad with the wind. I apologize for that. But I love making the ride at this time. Shelly, we want to get Shelly an e-bike in the future. We might even, as soon as I get this paid off, I'm going to get her one because she wants to do this kind of stuff with me. She's just not really, she can't. So we're going to get her, we found one for her. This is way too big of a bike for her, so we're going to get a 1,000-watt one. It's a lot like lighter, like a more mountain bike. And then we'll go out and we'll do this because she, a lot of times, this would be the way that we go out and have our fun and stuff, but, you know, I'm the only one that can do it. But e-bikes are really, like, when I was a kid, I kid you not, when I was a child, I used to lay in my little area. I had a little fort down in the basement to get away from everybody, and I dreamed of a bike exactly like this. Like, I kid you not. When I was a little kid, I drew this exact bike. I mean, it might as well have been. It was an electric bike. I thought someday that they would have electric, that you would actually pedal to store energy for the electric battery, and I thought it would be something like that, and it would be brake and wind, even collect wind power and all these different things. But I thought there'd be a bike with a little screen on it, like a little TV screen, like Star Trek, you know, that you'd be able to go just about as fast as a motorcycle. You know, I thought it would be like that. My dad thought it would be like that. And sure enough, we got it. I saw one today, guys. I don't envy much. Like, everything I have, I use. I'll use this bike until it absolutely cannot ever be used again. Like, it'll be, you know, when it wears to a frazzle. But I saw another one on Uncle Amazon that was an e-bike like this. Have you guys seen those Sur-On B motorcycles? The Sur-On Bs? Dude, it was like a Sur-On B, but it's like the Chinese knockoff version. And it's $2,200 or so. You can believe that. $2,200. Crazy amount of money. But it goes 60 freaking miles an hour. And get this. It's got pedals. It's got flipping pedals, dude. So you can pedal, like, you can go down any bike path and turn them off. It's electric. So you can ride it down any bike path. And anybody that says, you can't have a motorcycle, you're like, dude, I'm pedaling down. I'm pedaling. Leave me alone. I'm pedaling. I mean, I need it. So someday in the future, hopefully it'll be a lot cheaper when this one wears out 5 or 6 years from now. And then I'll get something like that. But holy cow, that thing's bananas. But this has been a really good bike, and their warranty, they've been very good to us on the warranty. It's called eBikeO, but I think we paid a lot more for it. We got, I mean, all is said and done, since we're not wealthy, we got to make payments on it. If we had paid like the cash price, it probably would have been about $1,600, I think, but since we're making payments, it's going to be a lot. You know how that works. You got to pay interest and all that crap. But it is a very good bike. I will tell you, though, I probably wouldn't get another one with 2 motors on it, you know, even though it's been really great. Like, if you've got to go through mud or sand, it's really, really good. But it's a big drain of the battery. And if you're in an area that's flat like Florida, like if you're in an area that's a little hillier, it's nice to have that extra motor, but I definitely would probably go something a little beefier, even though this is great. but a mid motor one is probably the way to go. They have better power distribution. You can still get them with the two-wheel drive, but they seem to be a little hardier, like less easy to break. These, you've got motors on the hubs that are on the wheels. So anytime you have any kind of damage to the wheel, you're going to damage the motor itself. So it's got different things that are good, different things that are bad. But I feel like my 5-year-old kid self when I ride, or a 10-year-old kid that dreamed and used to draw pictures of a bike like this, dreaming someday, because it'll go 32 miles an hour, which is far faster than I need to go. It's great if I need to do it, but I don't really need to go that fast very often. But I will, and I need it, I can. But it's just perfect bikes. I would definitely recommend them. Hey, Breeze. Hey, Doug. Donna, is that Donna? I'm sorry. Hey, Leslie, you're cool. Hey. So Crystal River, have anybody been here to Crystal River? Any of you guys? Crystal River is a great little place, and as you can see, there's very few people. There's a few people out, but there's not a whole lot of them. And of course, it is 2 a.m. Here goes a Corvette. Nice. But Crystal River is part of the Nature Coast. I'm figuring out, I'm really bad at like trying to figure out where I'm at on the map, but I guess this would be, hey, listen, let's go find that bird. And I'll tell you a quick story about that. The witch's bird, the witch's feather. I heard it just a second ago, but I don't see it now. So, there's only one songbird that you'll find at night singing, unless there's a lot of artificial light like this. You can find a few different types, but only one is known to sing at night, and that is the mockingbird. And there's a very specific reason that the mockingbird, Florida mockingbird, sings at night, guys. And they can mock any other bird they want. They can sing like a jay, they can sing like a robin, they can sing like a cardinal, they can do about anything. And they called mockingbird for that reason. They'll mock a bird in its own language pretty much. But here's the cool thing, if you ever hear one crying at night, there's a lot of myths and legends about why they do that. Some are very, very scary. But the reason from a biology standpoint is they're young males that have not found a mate yet for the season. They've not found a life mate. They've not found their mate. So it's a very lonely young male bird, and since he's inexperienced and he's new at courtship, he's new at learning how to find himself, a girl, he's like a teenager going and trying to figure out the world and trying to figure out dating. He's looking for a wife, but he's just dropping the ball. So he'll stay up, sometimes for days, dead on the perch. Sometimes they'll die right up there singing. They'll stay up day and night until they find a mate. So that's why you hear mockingbirds at times periodically singing through the night at night. They'll wear themselves to a frazzle doing it, but some of the myths and legends, different people groups have viewed mockingbirds singing at night and songbirds singing at night as a bad omen. And it's not really because of the birds themselves. It's because of, well, like mockingbirds are able to use the voice of other birds, things in the night sometimes can use the voice of other things of the night. Mockingbirds included. So don't go looking for a mockingbird like I just did at night. In other words, what I did was not wise in old Appalachian lore or anything else. Don't go chasing after something like that. A lot of times, some of the old stories, one that I heard as a child that freaked me the hell out, I'll tell you now, about a mockingbird. Oh, God. And I'm going to tell you another, I can tell you stuff here that I can't tell you on TikTok, because I don't have to worry about the rated R guidelines, but I'm going to tell you about the ghost assassins, or the divine helpers, the tigers. I told you a little bit about their story, but I promised you more. And this mockingbird story, which tale goes that there was there's one of the feral cats that are all over this town. Kitty, 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 kitty. Look at the kitty, kitty. Hey, kitty, 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 kitty. So, this happened in a small town in rural Appalachia, North Carolina, in the mountains. A town supposedly called Balsam Grove. Balsam Grove, to this day, is just now becoming kind of part of the rest of North Carolina. it was always real just remote and backwards, and the people were very clannish. They still are. There's still places you start up the wrong driveway, you'll get shot at. They will kill you if you go down the wrong road, I promise you. There's places like that still in Balsam Grove and Rosman, North Carolina, especially if you're a person of color. A lot of they just don't like different people there that are different than them. And I'm just being right honest with you. And back then it was far, far worse. But in Balsam Grove, the story goes that they were having a seasonal jamboree every year. When they slaughtered a hog, they'd have a festival. They'd kind of have a party. They'd eat the organ meat. They'd eat a lot of the liver and stuff, fresh stuff that they didn't want to keep. They'd eat it all up. You know what I mean? And during that festival, some of the people got to drinking, and they decided to run their dogs after coons and whatever else they could run up and shoot. So they went out drinking high, drunk as hell, and went out with their dogs. And when they got out there, they heard a bird crying at night. One of them said, "That doesn't sound like any mockingbird I'd ever heard." And the guy said, "Well, I know it's a mockingbird. They're the only birds that sing at night." One of the men said something about staying here, and he did. A young man. He went on to be a doctor. But the young man stayed there because his grandmother had told him about the walk behinds. And to be quite honest, he was terrified. They made fun of him, and they made fun of him. "You coward, you come with us," this and that. But he was not to be swayed. He would not be moved. He was going to stay. That's exactly what he did. He stayed. They went off, following into the night, chasing after the bird. They figured that if they could kill the bird, they could bring it home for their sweethearts. They'd be kind of a hero. Well, not only did they never kill the bird, but not long after they went up there, the young man heard the sound of screams. He heard the sound of multiple guns, and then he heard the stillness of night. He heard a dog howling, he heard a dog yelping. He heard a couple of dogs crying, and then soon, one by one, the dogs started coming back to the porch. He didn't budge. He didn't go. He didn't go gather the posse. He didn't go gather anybody, because he didn't want anybody else to die that night. Whatever had happened, he later said had happened, and there was nothing that could be done right there for it. So, as soon as the sun had come up the next day, they went out and looked, and they found him. They found parts of him. And unfortunately, all that they ever found was in fact parts. I didn't know there was a cemetery here. I'll be dogged. It's beautiful. I'll be. Had no idea. Look at that. Hey, Sundog, you have 10 feral raccoons? Hey! It's probably what it's like being married to me, taking care of 10 feral raccoons. Poor Shelley. Look at this. Isn't this something? I wish, Sundog, I really wish you could be here with me. I wish you guys could walk here with me and talk with me. Look at these queen palms. Hey, Melissa Jones, I wish people would fix their cats if they're going. Me too, dear friend. You see eye shine? I don't doubt that you do out there. Let's go see if we can find some water. I gotta find the splash park if I can remember how to get down there. We gotta find a lizard, y'all. But this was too good to pass up. Why is there somebody in there? I just saw somebody walking in there. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Maybe they're like me. Why would they be out there 2 o'clock in the morning walking up? You guys see that guy? That's just kind of strange. I can turn around real quick. I didn't know he could come in. So that guy just walked back behind that mausoleum thing. I just wanted to. Oh, it's a dead end. That's weird. like that. I'm just going to go ahead and go. I don't like that very much at all. I don't like that at all. So I know I saw a guy. I saw a guy. Then there wasn't a guy right there. So maybe I saw where I didn't see what I thought I saw. I reckon I'm seeing things. I'm gonna go that guy because I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't like that feeling. I don't like that feeling. So I'm gonna try something else. I'm gonna take a right and then a left and see if I can catch. Just to make sure that I'm kind of freaking out a little bit. Because I should have seen him come out right there. Ooh, Taco Bell. I've not eaten today. You guys know I haven't eaten for 30 hours. This is hour 30 of my fast, and I feel like I could bench press a car right now and fight off 10 Fable Wolverines. Alright, so I just saw that guy walking. He had to have come out on this side. Had to have come out right here. So he should be walking down this road. If he's not walking down this road, then he must have went in one of these houses. Keep my light ready for later. Hold on a second. There's the water tower. And, I swear to God, man, this is not cool. This is really not cool. This is gonna give me a complex. Where did that guy go? Hold on a second. Now that truck's gone. There's nobody. He must have went into a house. He must have went into it. Listen to that. Okay, that was really strange. Maybe I saw that statue, but it was. Oh my gosh! All right, we're heading for that water tower. Let's get over there. We're on Three Sister Springs. We need to get out of here. Go for this way. All right, guys. We're starting our nature walk now. But I'm going right back to where I saw the lizard first, and then we're going to look for snakes and alligators, frogs, and all the other fun stuff that I love. So yeah, but we are at our location. I guess we could have come right down here a little bit ago, but I was having too much fun. But let's go to where we were and see if we can't find that lizard that I was on earlier. Now that it's nighttime, I'll have a good chance of catching him sleeping. Can't catch him during the day, but you can get basilisk at night. You can get them during the day if you're like me and you're persistent, you know what to do. Not fun and not easy. And I saw the lizard over here, so we're gonna start. Look what we got, guys. Look at what we got. Look at what we got. Our first contestant of the night. Virginia opossum, Deldiphus virginianus. He was a fast one. It saw me and it went scooting for the timber. But that was a beautiful, beautiful Virginia opossum. I was going to try to get him to freeze up for a minute, not to scare him too bad, get him just to sit still, but he went to galloping. They can run about 11 miles an hour. And that's not very fast, but it's fast enough for them. They're one of the greatest survivors in the whole world. Now, I told my friends that I'd go back over on the tickety talk when we got here, guys, so you got the exclusive fun before they got involved. Let me turn this around so I can say hey to you guys. And make sure this is out of your eyes. This is freaking cool. Melissa Jones, I didn't get banned. I need to get all my followers over here. I didn't get in trouble for going live with you and riding the bike. I would I would have gotten in trouble before. Hey, son, Doug, where is that Melissa? And I got to keep my eyes on my six here because there's people here that might not be very good sometimes. Holy cow, Melissa, you got all kinds of awesome critters, huh? Oh, you know I love you. I would never get upset. I've done my fair share of feeding about every critter you could possibly imagine. And believe it or not, once upon a time that included alligators. I used to feed alligators all the time. And I know better now. I don't do it now because I want to live real bad. All right, we are going to switch over. Let me say goodnight to you guys here. I'm going to head over to Glenn. This was a fun ride, man. Greg, I'm so glad you popped over. I had 22 friends here. This made me feel so great. 17 likes. Holy cow. All right, we're going to hop over to Tickety Talk. We're going to pop over there. We're going to look for our lizard. And we're going to get home. And I'm going to get some food and a few hours sleep before I start to pop back over again tomorrow. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Love y'all.